Most people don't realize this, but the body is a living journal. It remembers what the mind was forced to forget. The tension in your shoulders, the heaviness in your chest, the pit in your stomach before you speak your truth. These are not random aches or quirks. They are pages from a story you never got to finish. You see, when something painful happens and we don't feel safe to express it, the energy doesn't leave us. It stays. It lingers in our posture, in our immune system, in our breath. The mind may say, "I'm fine," but the body whispers, "You're not." And over time, that whisper becomes a scream, fatigue with no medical cause, anxiety that seems to come out of nowhere, a constant need to stay busy, to avoid being alone with your thoughts. These aren't character flaws, they're survival strategies. You adapted. You learned to hold your breath around conflict. You taught yourself to smile through pain. You became what others needed, even when it meant abandoning yourself. That's not weakness, that's intelligence. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's brilliant. It watched the world around you and did exactly what it had to do to keep you safe. But survival is not the same as living. Eventually, the walls you built to protect yourself become the prison that isolates you. You start to feel disconnected from joy, suspicious of peace, uncomfortable in rest, and you don't know why. You question your faith, you question your sanity, you start to wonder if healing is even possible. But it is. It just doesn't start where we think it will. Healing doesn't begin by trying harder. It begins by softening. It begins when you stop saying, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What happened to me?" That's the shift, when you move from judgment to curiosity, from self-criticism to compassion. Your body isn't attacking you, it's alerting you. That tightness in your chest is the echo of a time you weren't allowed to speak. That restlessness in your limbs is the residue of running from places you couldn't physically leave. The body keeps the score, yes, but it also holds the invitation. An invitation to come back, to feel what you once had to numb, to grieve what you never had space to mourn, to notice what you were trained to ignore. Because the truth is, your body never gave up on you. Even when you silenced it, dismissed it, pushed it past exhaustion, it stayed, beating, breathing, holding on. And maybe now, after all these years, it's time to thank it. Not by pushing harder, but by listening. You were never meant to carry this much. You were never created to live in survival mode. You were made for peace, for connection, for rest that goes deeper than sleep. And yes, healing is possible, but it doesn't come through numbing or denying or striving. It comes through slowing down enough to feel, to sit with the sadness, to honor the anger, to give the fear a name. That's the beginning of wholeness. When you learn that emotions are not the enemy, they're messengers. And when you stop running from your pain, you discover that underneath all the noise, there's still a steady rhythm, the beat of a heart that wants to live again. So today, put your hand over your heart and tell your body, "I'm listening now. We made it. It's safe to rest."